Undocumented immigrants are being smuggled into California by boat at an alarming rate.
The numbers are up, and agents think they know a big reason why. Our Team 10 investigative reporter Jennifer Kastner spent a whole day on the water with several law enforcement agencies. Jen.
That's right. I think it was 5 different agencies that were showing us around. We always think of border security as a land operation, but there is so much that happens at sea. And lately, there has been a jump in illegal activity. This story took weeks to put together. It'll give you a first-hand look at the tremendous efforts being made to find and rescue immigrants. This may not be what you imagine when you think about the San Diego Border Patrol. But it's the newest fleet in the agency's operations at sea, searching for people, often with drugs in tow, who are trying to get into the country illegally.
People do come into the country on jet skis. It's absolutely a way. It's a way to be smuggled.
On a day that looked more like Seattle than San Diego, 10 News was given exclusive access to multiple law enforcement divisions that combat the growing problem of trafficking on the ocean. Sergeant Victor Benuelos with Harbor Police.
We see a lot of smuggling come in. Sometimes it comes into the bay.
Right now, it seems to be a significant uptick in maritime smuggling.
Jeremy Thompson with Customs and Border Protection believes that concerns over a new southern border wall are helping fuel illegal immigration on the water.
This is our first one in San Diego.
He showed us the new Coastal Interceptor speedboat, helping agents track down immigrants.
They'll be out there for 4 or 5 or 6 days without food or water.
Modest fishing boats, known as pangas, are the most commonly used vessels. Over the past few months, 10 News has covered numerous pangas washing up on San Diego shores. This one landed on Imperial Beach, where deputies say a group of suspected undocumented immigrants then ran. Our cameras captured agents as they searched. One in Carlsbad dumped what appeared to be bundles of marijuana. A man was found nearby with a broken leg and said there were 5 others with him. And this panga in Solana Beach was abandoned with a backpack and cooler on board.
I've seen 12 to 15 people on board there, sometimes maybe up to 20.
Agent Steve Savala took us inside one of its surveillance aircrafts. Most crossings happen in the dead of night.
I can zoom in to a certain point.
He and other agents say the pangas have recently been launching from Ensenada and Rosarito, Mexico, sailing further out to sea than ever before and further north to avoid detection.
We've seen them go as far out as about 200 to 250 miles west into the ocean, and then as far as all the way up to Half Moon Bay.
Agent Theron Francisco explains the high-dollar benefit for smugglers.
The last time I heard it was as high as $15,000 per person.
That's double the cost of being trafficked on land, but far less physical.
You're not hiking through the mountains for days on end.
These are the latest numbers. San Diego Border Patrol reveals there have been about 180 arrests on the water so far this fiscal year. That's up from this time the year before, when it was around 160. More than 11,000 pounds of drugs have been seized, but that's down from almost 20,000 pounds the year before. Law enforcement's making progress there, but the threat is still very real.
It's all joystick.
Coast Guard Seaman Stone Wheelis coordinates rescue operations.
If it's rough out, we'll put them down there just to keep them safe.
The Pacific Ocean is a very dangerous and unforgiving place. The water's very cold.
So Coast Guard's chief pilot Rob Potter keeps this Jayhawk stocked with blankets, rescue baskets, and other life-saving supplies.
We're looking for anything that's headed north, or south for that matter.
An elite group of officials with an extraordinary skill set, working together to protect the nation, the coast, and human life. And that really is paramount for agents. As you heard, the conditions can be life-threatening. Border Patrol says smugglers will often overfill their boats to maximize their profits. They generally don't have life jackets. There's no GPS, no sense of security, really.
But for agents, it's hundreds of miles, a massive ocean with, a certain number of agents. How do they do that?
It's such a vast territory. You saw that in that map in the story. Well, they can't do this alone. They really do rely on the public's help for this. They rely on getting tips. We hear this all the time. If you see something, say something, call 911. You could be saving a life.
Makes it very real. Thank you, Jen.
Wow, thank you, Jen.
And if there is something you want our investigators to look into, send an email to team10@10news.com.